In this lesson, we're going to talk about focus versus distraction and how to stay on the right path to traction and growth. So first of all, is to really know the difference between what's a distraction and what's to focus on, you need to clarify your goal. That way you know, well, what exactly you're going after. So how much do you want to make per month in the next 3 months? And how much time do you want to spend per month to reach that goal? These are very specific questions. It gives a very specific date, and it gives a very specific amount of money we want to make. Now, this is going to differ from person to person. If you're trying to go full-time, if this is part-time, if this is just a hobby, don't worry about, if what's right or what's wrong, because there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just really what you want to achieve in the next 3 months. So, for example, one could say, I want to make $1,000 a month and work around 30 hours on the side per month by, give whatever date you want. So let's say July 31st. So to hit that goal, we would have to charge somewhere along $30 an hour to hit that goal of only working 30 hours a week on the side and make $1,000 a month. But you see, by asking ourselves specific questions, we're able to come up with specific answers that'll meet that to meet that goal. It's not that we're just randomly saying, I want to make $500. Okay, let me go make that. We want to kind of start backwards. So we want to start with the end goal in mind and then work backwards on how we're going to achieve that goal. So now with clarifying your goal, let's identify what services allow you to reach that goal. So you could charge, let's say, $150 for an interior cleaning. And once you get good at it, it'll take you maybe 4 or 5 hours. So all you would really need is to get 7 interior cleanings at an average ticket price of $150, and you'd be set to go to hit your goal of $1,000 per month, working around 30 hours per month. Pretty cool. And again, don't worry, it doesn't have to be interior cleaning. Just make it towards whatever you want to offer. So if it's, let's say, if you only want to work 20 hours a week and make $1,000 a month, then obviously you probably have to charge around $50 an hour, and you probably wouldn't want to go and do just basic hand car washes, because maybe you're going to charge maybe $35 per wash. It takes you an hour or what have you. But kind of thinking differently, asking different questions will give you different answers, and you develop a strategy over that. So you can replace interior cleaning with paint correction, with headlight restoration, whatever you want to do in your business and your situation, then go ahead and do that. But this is giving you a different perspective on how you can think about it to come up with a clear goal and come up with a solution or strategy to reach that goal. Remember, the more clear you are on your goal, the more direct your path will be, because there's no noise, there's no smoke in the air. You know your exact target, and you need to develop a strategy to get there. Now, that doesn't mean you have to map out that strategy day by day, week by week, hour by hour. It just means you need to have a pretty strong foundation of what you're going to do to achieve that goal. So this is where we get to avoiding distractions. Once you've clarified your goal, once you've identified what you're going to do to get there, everything that you should do should be directly correlated to reaching your goal. So that means if the main thing you want to do is make, $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month on the side from your full-time job, then you don't really need to focus on anything that's not directly related to that. And again, I go to the same example of, do you really need to create a logo? If you're just going to be detailing on the side, it's only part-time, and you're getting cash, do you really need to go out the way to create a website and create a logo and create a business plan? Again, if you want to do that in the future, by all means, that's doable. You can do that. But in the beginning phases, when you just want to kind of get things going, you don't need to focus on that, which would be a distraction. Now, what wouldn't be a distraction is if you started an Instagram account after as you detail cars, you post them on Instagram and you grow a little following there, then that's not a distraction, because that's helping you reach your goal. And if you want to develop it to a full-time gig, or if you want to take this on as a full-time business, then that will just aid you in doing that. But the trying to get shirts, buying business shirts, or making logos for yourself is not directly related to your goal. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, if it doesn't, send me an email at detourgroove@gmail.com, and I'll help you out with whatever questions you have. Another thing to note is you're not going to have all the resources, time, and money available to you, so you need to choose what you focus on wisely. Because if you have a full-time job, you're already working 40, 50 hours a week, you're already going to be tired, you're not going to have as much willpower to put in all the energy that you absolutely want. If you work Monday to Friday, then weekends are going to be your biggest jumps for productivity and working on your business. But again, even with working 40 hours, that's still a lot of work on top of you trying to start this new business of yours, or side hobby, whatever it may be. So really allocate your time and energy appropriately so you can really have the biggest impact with the least amount of time and energy. Now that doesn't mean you slack off or you don't need to put in 100% of time and effort, but as far as trying to get the most out of the least that you can put in to maximize your return on investment. So these are just a few examples of distractions. So these are real general, vague ones, not real specific to your situation. So kind of brainstorm what could be a distraction to you. And again, if you want, send me over your distractions at detailgroove@gmail.com, and I can help you out with that as well. But let's say one would be making sure your grammar is perfect on your website, coming up with logos, slogans, and business cards, testing out new products and tools, stressing over what the competition is doing. Those are just distractions because they're not directly related to you reaching your goals. Now, one big caveat is there's a fine line you have to follow between what is a distraction and what you need to focus on. Because, just generally speaking, if you're going to start a business, getting logos, getting business cards, getting t-shirts, trying to be a better detailer, that is business stuff. Like, it does fall within the realm of starting a business and growing. It does technically help you out, but as far as being specifically focused on your goal, you have to decide if that actually correlates with that, because there's going to be a huge, there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to question yourself and say, is this actually related to my goal, or is this just business and not related to my goal? But if it's not directly related to reaching a goal, don't do it. That's just a rule of thumb. It may be nice to have. It could probably lead to more opportunities. But if you're very specific on your goal and how you're gonna get there, then ignore everything else and just focus what's gonna get you to your goal. But again, it is a fine line because you could potentially miss a real opportunity by not going through there to that route and focusing on your goal. It's a fine line. Experience is gonna help you out with that, and hopefully you make the best decision at that time. So I'll see you in the next lesson.